Huh? Can you hear me? Can you speak? Who are you?
Chum.
Yeah?
Chum.
That's okay. I'm your chum.
Danger.
What?
The world is in danger. Susaro.
Who's Susaro? Just a few more seconds and he could have told me so much. Poor guy.
Whoever he was dead all right. This was the kind of job I could do with my eyes shut. In fact, that's normally how I did it. All I found was his ID, Cholmondeley, the guy I was supposed to meet.
The ID card belonged to the dead inventor Cholmondeley.
Cholmondeley was dead all right. He'd been shot.
It was like a giant omega, and in the center some kind of slot.
Nothing happened.
The workbench was a mess, but I hadn't flown halfway around the world to critique someone's housekeeping. In amongst the junk was a postcard, all the way from England, someplace called Glastonbury. It was signed Bruno. The postcard showed a picture of a quaint English village. On the back was a message: "Have had to leave Paris in a hurry. Suggest you do the same. Susaro is on to you. Your friend, Bruno." The postmark showed that it had been sent from a place called Glastonbury. A second look turned up a magnifying glass. Suddenly I was 5 years old and back in California, setting fire to my father's sun hat. There was nothing else of interest. A couple of packing cases. Someone was obviously in a hurry to leave. They'd been packed in a rush. There was nothing inside it that was any use to me.
Terrific. A door with no handle. I couldn't figure out how to open the door.
The old pressure pad trick, eh? There was some kind of housing on the wall, and in the center was a hole. I stuck my finger in the hole. Nothing happened. The windows were too small to escape through. It was quiet. Somewhere out there, with a bit of luck, Harry was waiting for me. The door was locked from the other side. I was going to have to find another way out. Wow, so the guy actually built the thing. I wondered if I could get it to work. The machine spluttered like an engine starved of fuel. The lever was somehow connected to the gas cylinders. It attracted some attention. Question was, good guys or bad guys? Totally trashed. It was now broken beyond repair. The lever had been blown clear of the wreckage. I took the lever. Somehow, I guessed this wasn't the local hockey team.
My dear friends, calm down, calm down. Your irrational fear of the temple is becoming tiresome.
Not the temple, monsieur. It is the gods inside it. You have angered them. This is an evil place. We are all going to be killed.
How awfully prescient of you, my dear boy. The sooner your colleagues check out the crashed plane, the sooner we shall go.
Yes, Monsieur Suzaro.
Suzaro? So, this was Suzaro. The welcome committee was still waiting outside. The rod had been thrown off the inventor's machine in the explosion. The rod looked about the right size to fit the hole. Cool! It fits! Amazing. A perfect fit. There was a bird's nest up on a small ledge, but it was out of reach. I couldn't reach the nest. There wasn't a reason to try that. I removed the rod from the hole in the wall. That did the trick. Out of the corner of my eye, I caught sight of a familiar shape. Glastonbury had made it after all. It was a statue carved from stone. The back had been hollowed out. Inside were the remnants of a fire. It was full of charred wood. I didn't want to move it. The wood smoldered a little, but wouldn't catch fire. The bird nest was as dry as tinder. I'd already checked for spiders. This was my kindling. The magnifying glass was a real beauty.
Look, monsieur. The evil! It is come!
Ouch! Oh! Oh! George! Quickly! Over here!
Imbeciles! It's a trick! Get back here now!
Come on, Harry. We gotta get out of here. As the lunatic Aussie saved my life, I was certain of one thing. I wasn't going back to the office in Idaho. I'd had my fill of patents. Nope, I was going to England to find the mysterious Bruno. Glastonbury, England, home to more legends and mystical baloney than you could wave a wand at. Joseph of Arimathea was supposed to have traveled here from the Holy Land. And he didn't do it to buy an overpriced crystal. Somewhere in amongst all this New Age hokum was a guy called Bruno, and I was going to find him. Hello? Anybody home? The place looked empty. There was a big middle-aged guy walking around the street. He looked lost. He also looked kind of dangerous. Good morning.
That's easy for you to say, isn't it?
Well, yeah, isn't it?
No, sir, it is not.
What's so bad about it, if you don't mind me asking?
You wouldn't understand.
I might.
Not possible, sir. Unless you're a father, and you're not, are you?
Well, no, but how did you know?
Look at you. Callow face, unfurrowed brow, air of profound optimism.
So just what is it that only a father would understand?
I could tell you, but you wouldn't comprehend.
Try me. I kept sea monkeys once. I mean, how different could it be?
Very well. Are you aware of the annual Glastonbury Popular Music Festival?
The Glastonbury Popular Music Festival? That's one of the most popular music festivals on the Popular Music Festival calendar.
My daughter, Melissa, attended it this year. Against my wishes, of course.
You're not a fan, huh?
My dear boy, joining a throng of semi-clad youngsters, gyrating in a mindless hypnotic trance to music which turns their hearts into yo-yos, all the while feasting on hippie fast food, strange alcoholic concoctions, and mind-bending hallucinogenic substances is not my idea of fun!
Whoa, bring it on.
I beg your pardon?
I said, did your daughter enjoy it?
She didn't come back.
Ah, have you told the police?
This isn't a job for the police. Melissa called me to say she wouldn't be coming home. She called from a Glastonbury number. She's still here somewhere, and if she's taken up with someone, well, I've got my Purdy in the Land Rover.
Purdy?
12-bore, double-barrel, vermin for the extermination of...
My name's George Stobart.
A Yank, eh? Colonel Buckley. Rutland Lancers, 3rd Battalion, retired.
You know, I had a feeling you might be a soldier.
Can take the fella out of the army, can't take the army out of the fella, eh?
It could have been that. It might also have been the aura of latent violence that surrounded him. Recognize this?
Glastonbury Tor.
What do you know about the Tor?
Good place to deploy artillery.
Right. Okay, thanks. Does this ID card mean anything to you?
It's not yours. Never seen the chap. Did you find it?
Yeah.
Then you should hand it in at the police station.
It was Colonel Butley. Without a regiment behind him, he looked kinda lonely. No buskers, circulars, hawkers. I thought I'd leave them alone. I guessed that being the middle of the morning, most people were at work. Anybody home? There was a guy outside the bar. He looked like he'd failed an audition for Our Man in Havana. It was the door of the pub, the Yeoman's Arms. I tried to open the door. The door was locked. It wasn't opening time yet. Hi, my name's Stobart. George Stobart.
How fascinating. 2 T's and 2 B's.
You'd be amazed how many people get it wrong.
Nothing amazes me these days. Eamon O'Mara.
You're Irish.
No, I'm from Hawaii. The Maui O'Maras.
You're not from Hawaii.
No, I'm not. I lied. Very astute of you to see through it. You clearly have a lucid and highly rational cognitive process. So what do you want, Mr. Stobart?
You sightseeing?
I'm researching.
Outside a pub?
I'm researching the alacrity with which this place opens. In a civilized society, a man should be able to get a drink at this hour.
It's 10 o'clock in the morning.
Precisely.
You can't need a drink that much, can you?
Now that's a complicated question. Let's discuss it over a beer.
It's too early for me.
Very wise. I'll be raddled before me time. Me liver riddled with the cirrhosis. Raddled and riddled. Well.
So, what do you do?
Good morning. I'm Eamon O'Mara, and today I'm in the enchanting town of Glastonbury.
I'm sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Of course you haven't.
Now, wait a minute.
I'm here as a professional media Irishman, researching my new BBC programme.
Oh, you're putting together a TV show.
Bingo! Give the man a figurative coconut. I visit villages, interview the local characters, sample the local cuisine.
What's the show called?
Up your alley with Eamon.
Nice. And you're doing this place next?
That's that finely tuned cognitive process of yours in action again, isn't it?
How did you get into television?
By accident. I was doing a reading at a bookshop in London. This wild-eyed BBC producer wanders in, points at me like I'm the second coming, and says, "You'll do, you'll do."
You're a writer?
Wash your mouth out, I'm a poet. Poetry is a gift to the Irish from the gods themselves. Yeats, Wilde, Joyce.
Bono.
Don't push your luck. I may have the soul of a poet, but I've the fists of a welterweight.
Have you seen that guy walking up and down?
The army type? Kind of Englishman I'm allergic to.
Oh? Why's that?
Well, if you have a couple of 100 years, I'll explain it to you.
I'm worried he might be out to kill someone.
Now you're beginning to understand my allergy.
What do you think of the town?
It's a theme park.
So where'd the tourists go?
I don't know, maybe it's out of season for hippies.
Do you know much about this place?
It's got half-decent pubs when they're open. Oh, I see, you want to know about the fairy stuff, don't you?
Fairies?
You see that hill?
Yeah?
Fairies guard King Arthur's sword Excalibur under that.
Really?
No.
Does this postcard mean anything to you?
No, should it?
I guess not. It was a long shot.
Who's Bruno?
I wish I knew. Does this ID card mean anything to you?
It's an unflattering photo. Doesn't look anything like you.
That isn't me.
No, didn't think so. You're one of those godforsaken photogenic types, aren't you? And no, it doesn't mean anything to me.
It was Eamon O'Mara, the man from the BBC. The store was called The Cosmic Fairy. My mind boggled. These were the kind of books that sat and glowered at you, casting the runes, the real Elt-down shards, Carnacki the ghost finder. Even the air felt cold near them. The shelves had some seriously creepy books on them. I didn't want any of the books, not my idea of a holiday read. Miss Granger's Perfect Potions. Love potions, money potions, potions to make you taller. There was something in the small print. Granger Publications cannot take responsibility for side effects or failures in primary potion effects. Guess even witches fear the wrath of the litigation lawyer. It was a phony potions chart. I didn't want the chart. Inside the case was a star-shaped gizmo. The little card by it said Elder Sign. Guaranteed proof against elder gods and outer entities. Could have used that a few years ago. It was an elder sign for warding off things that are slimier than vampires. I thought the star was cute, but I didn't really need it. The stand contained postcards, pictures of local beauty spots, the usual stuff. And suddenly, there it was. A stack of cards just like the one I'd found in the Congo. I was on the right trail. I hadn't come here to send postcards. On the wall was a chart telling me everything I ever wanted to know about pentacles. It could have been a lot shorter and done the same job. It was a chart about pentacles. I didn't want to take the chart. The display was covered in creepy little booklets. The Rosicrucians in reality TV, the Aleister Crowley cookbook, Conversational Enochian, and behind each title, a sad writer on a royalty deal.
It was a display full of weird little booklets.
I didn't want any of the creepy little booklets.
Hey! Customers are not allowed upstairs!
Right. Enchanted Avalon, Lays of a Mystical Age. Well, this looked like big fun.
Ah, you found my little oeuvre.
I guess for an oeuvre, it is quite small.
What do you mean? It's a book of poetry. It could be any size.
Nice cover.
Thank you. My choice, actually. I self-publish. The big publishers just don't understand spirituality.
What's the deal with the coins?
Joseph of Arimathea bringing the Holy Grail here, Arthur and Guinevere being buried here, and of course, St. Michael defeating the dragon on the tour. Each silver coin commemorates an event in Glastonbury's history.
History? Sounded more like folklore to me. Silver, you say?
Well, silver-plated. I have a dear friend who does them for me.
On the counter were copies of the little poetry book with the coins in the covers. For there was lightning in my blood, my dark Morgana, my own Morgana. Oh, there was lightning in my blood. Red lightning lightened through my blood, my dark Morgana.
What do you think?
Pretty good.
Yes, I was rather pleased with it myself.
Darkness o'er the world is creeping, slumber while the heavens are weeping. More good stuff. Maybe my first impressions have been wrong. If any man slay me, not unaware, by no chance blow nor in wine or revel, I have stored beforehand a curse in my prayer, for his kith and kindred. His deed is evil. I didn't have time to read any more of the poems. The guy looked like the world's uptightest hippie. Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Welcome to the Cosmic Fairy. I am Tristram Hillage, the proprietor. May I help you?
I hope so. How's business?
Rather good, actually.
Seems quiet.
You just missed the rush.
What kind of people shop in a place like this anyway?
People with open minds. Do you keep your mind open to new possibilities?
Oh, constantly. Some of the things I'd seen, I'd be a fool not to. I guess Glastonbury's a pretty mystical place.
Almost too mystical to bear. Joseph of Arimathea journeyed here.
Yeah?
The tale of King Arthur, Guinevere and Excalibur finishes here.
Wow.
And the Tor, that big hill, is the gateway to Avalon, the land of fairy. We also get crop circles, UFO sightings.
Is that everything?
Well, then there's the ghosts, hellhounds, spectral lights.
Okay, it's mystical already. Do you stock these postcards?
Yes, one of our exclusive bestsellers.
Do you supply any of the other shops with these?
No, that's what exclusive means.
Really? I never knew that.
Evidently. How else may I illuminate your path?
Does the name Bruno mean anything to you?
Bruno. No, I don't think so.
Really?
Yes, really.
You sure?
Of course I'm sure. I've never even met anyone called Bruno.
You seem very positive. His tone made me immediately suspicious. Have you ever seen the guy on this card before?
No, I haven't.
Something tells me you're not on the level. Who is Bruno? Where can I find him?
I don't know who you're talking about. Now get out of my shop, you annoying man.
Oh, I'll get out, once you've answered a few questions.
Oh, God. You're not a tax inspector, are you?
Hell no. I may be a lawyer, but I still got a few shreds of pride left. Are you going to tell me who Bruno is or not?
Not.
Don't forget, you're dealing with a lawyer here.
An American lawyer. I can't see our local Bobby being impressed.
This guy was going to be a tougher nut to crack than I thought. I'll give you one last chance to come clean.
Get lost.
I was getting nowhere. This was why I was in patents and not criminal law. Hey, there's someone moving around up there.
Nonsense. It's just an old building.
You must think I'm pretty stupid. Bruno's upstairs.
No, he's not.
Tristram was more than a little edgy. I had to press on with the investigation. The place was called Zazi's Kiosk. Hi, I'm...
Nobody tell me. Me a Madam Zazie. Me know all. And me see all. Sit down, you. You have traveled far?
Oh, sure, like my accent was local.
You come for the truth?
And another no-brainer.
George Stubar.
What? How did you...
Me know all. Me see all.
Okay, I had to admit, that stumped me. How long have you lived in Glastonbury?
Long time. The tour generate wave of positive energy.
And tourist revenue. A girl can't live on good vibrations alone, huh? Recognize this postcard?
Mm-hmm. It is the tour. These are for sale in the Cosmic Ferry.
Yeah, that was where it was bought. I need to find out about who sent it, though.
Give it to me now.
What? Why?
Sometime there is psychic traces.
Ew.
Me may be able to read the traces left by this Bruno when he wrote upon it. Aren't we forgetting something?
Please?
You must cross my palm with silver.
Oh, right, sure. Okay, I got a credit card here somewhere.
Me no know except credit card, you know.
I've got some euros, I think.
Me no take euros.
How about doubloons? Gold ingots? A barter stick?
It's only silver me accept, you know.
What do your powers tell you about that man outside the pub?
Him come from across the sea. Him have strongly held opinions. Him seek knowledge, but not for himself.
All that from your crystal ball?
No, him just on the telly. That's him on O'Mara.
What do you make of that guy pacing up and down the street?
His aura glow, red with anger.
Kinda matches his nose, then.
Him a lost something dear from himself, and him can't do nothing to prevent it.
Well, we all have to let go sometime. What do you know about that shop, the Cosmic Ferry?
Them sell candle, incense, But the owner, Tristam Hillich, oh, me know him overwrought. There is anxiety in his aura.
Got his karma in a twist, huh? Just trying to lighten the atmosphere. Hi, Eamon. Have you been in the fortune tellers over there?
Now, why would I do a thing like that?
To talk to the fortune teller.
Well, if I wanted my palm read, I'll get my head examined first.
You don't seem very open to suggestions for your program.
I work best after a couple of stiff drinks.
Have you been in that shop, the Cosmic Fairy?
Oh yeah, always go there for me love beads.
I was just asking. They sure knew how to make doors in this country. I tried to open the door, but it was securely locked. Hello again. That guy over there looks suspicious to me.
There. I've seen suspicious, and he isn't it.
Oh, so what does suspicious look like?
Take a glance in the mirror sometime, young fella.
There's a fortune teller up the street. Maybe you could ask her to help you.
How so?
Well, you know, she could look in the crystal ball and maybe she... Or, tea leaves. She could read tea leaves. Or tarot cards. They got, like, cool little pictures.
You're a rum sort of a fella, aren't you?
That's an interesting shop. The Cosmic Fairy.
Place is full of woolly-minded liberals and frou-frou socialists.
So I guess you won't be opening a charge account there.
Don't be fatuous. But I've got my eye on the place. That Hillage fellow is up to something.
What do you think goes on in there?
I've been asking around. He used to rent his spare room out. Claims it's empty now. But I've seen a light on in there after he's gone home.
Maybe the little people are having a poker game.
He's harbouring somebody. I bet my wife on it. But he can bet the dog on it.
Hi again. What do you make of that fortune teller?
Madame Zazie? Very traditional. Crystal ball, tea leaves, tarot, the usual.
You say you had trouble getting this published?
Publishers! Ha! Philistines, the lot of them.
What you need is to raise your profile.
Advertise, you mean? Oh, I can't afford that.
How about a little spot on the BBC? Eamon O'Mara's new show?
That would be marvellous. Oh, but impossible, of course.
Don't worry. Eamon and I go, way, way back. At least 5 minutes. Want me to have a word with him? He's right here in Glastonbury.
Would you do that? Oh, thanks. Thanks awfully.
I'll need to show him some of your work.
Yes, of course. Here, take a copy.
I'm sure he'll love your stuff. Enchanted Avalon, Lays of a Mystical Age. The book of poems was by the guy in the Cosmic Fairy. There were silver coins laminated into the cover. Hi, Eamon. The guy who runs the Cosmic Fairy might be ideal for your show.
That old hippie. I've no time for the 60s. Caftans stink. Timothy Leary was a turn-off, and I'd rather listen to The Clash than the Beatles any day.
I thought you wanted to talk to eccentric characters.
Hippies aren't eccentric. They're pathetic.
I think this guy's got something. Take a read.
Enchanted Avalon. Lays of a mystical age. Oh, just what I needed.
No, read some. You won't be disappointed.
If you say so. For there is lightning in my blood, my dark Morgana, my own Morgana.
It's not bad, is it?
No, it isn't. Oh, there was lightning in my blood, red lightning, lighting through my blood.
That's beautiful.
It is that, just as beautiful as when James Clarence Mangan wrote it about his Rosaline 180 years ago.
What?
Look at this. The fairies are a silent race, and pale as lily flowers to see. That's Samuel Ferguson. Shameless, absolutely bloody shameless. Darley, Griffin, Aubrey bloody de Vere, does his thievery know no bound?
Well, he's stolen it all?
Every word! Oh, get this. The author reserves the right to be identified as the creator of this work. The grave-robbing little toe rag! I'll have him!
Good morrow, fair traveller. How may I help you?
To the island valley of Avilion, where falls not hail, or rain, or any snow, nor ever wind blows loudly, but it lies.
I beg your pardon?
Deep meadowed, happy fair, with orchard lawns and bowery hollows, crowned with summer sea.
That's good. That's very good.
Of course it's good. It's Tennyson, you tofu-chewing twit. From his Mort to Arthur. Not the Thomas Mallory one, but we won't hold that against him. Now, do you recall King Mark of Cornwall in that tale?
I've read Mallory, yes, but,
You'll recall Mark has a big downer on a knight called Tristram then. 'Cause Tristram took something that didn't belong to him.
Oh, God. You mean Melissa? Look, I can explain.
No, not Melissa, you Aegis. Isolde.
Now you've completely lost me.
I'm talking theft and possession. Possession by the spirits of Mangan, Griffin and de Vere among others.
Ah.
Yes, 'Tis a miracle that you've channeled all these great talents into your little book. Just a shame that they ended up repeating themselves from their own published works. Word for bloody word!
Wait, I can explain everything.
Now, that was my line. It was also my cue to make a move.
Good, you explain. And in return, I'll explain to you the theme of boxing in Irish literature.
Now, let's stay calm.
Oh, I am calm. You should see me when I lose my temper. My God, you could at least have tried to be subtle.
It wasn't so much copying as being inspired.
You'll know the meaning of the word inspired when I've finished with you. You think all those great minds live just to make you look good, eh?
No violence, no violence.
You skid mark in the knickers of literature.
It's just a coincidence. My work is so incredibly, similar.
It would be a sin to allow you to ever lift a pen again.
It's all just a dreadful mistake. You wouldn't strike an artist, now would you?
No. You, however, I'll gladly knock around till next Tuesday.
Don't do anything crazy.
What, and cramp my style?
Gosh!
Hi. Sorry to just barge in here like this.
I could have been getting undressed or anything.
Guess we were just lucky then.
Or not. What's your name?
George, what's yours?
Melissa. Have you come to save me?
Melissa? Melissa Butley?
How did you know my name?
Well, your dad's stamping up and down the street like Godzilla, except scarier.
Daddy? Oh my God, he isn't. Oh my God, he is! Oh, he drives me absolutely potty. You have no idea.
You know, You remind me of somebody, but I can't put my finger on who.
Perhaps we were sweethearts in another age. You know, underneath that brash exterior, you're really rather my type.
About your dad.
I say, you're not working for him, are you?
No.
Shame. I'd come home today if you were the pool boy.
I guess your dad's just worried about you.
Worried that I might have grown up? Well, he's too late. I have. And I rather like it.
You got a boyfriend?
You got a girlfriend?
Well, not really.
Interesting.
So, you're on the run.
Sort of.
Your dad's a real ogre.
Oh, he's a pussycat.
Really?
The frothing pit bull terrier type of pussycat.
Have you seen anything weird while you've been in Glastonbury?
Only the people who live here.
There's a guy who does shows for the BBC in front of the pub.
We don't do shows in Britain, George. We do programmes.
Have you been to the fortune teller up the street?
And what would she tell me? I'm going to meet a tall, dark man with a big moustache and a double-barreled shotgun.
He hasn't really got a shotgun, has he?
Of course. Daddy's old-fashioned like that. I do hope he doesn't kill Tristram.
You recognize this?
One of the tour postcards from downstairs, isn't it?
It's what brought me here in the first place. Does the name Bruno mean anything?
Oh, Tristram mentioned him. He used this room before me, you know.
Hey, I know who you remind me of. Do you know a Lady Piermont?
Oh, Clarissa? I should say so. Lovely old duck. How do you know her?
Met her in Paris a few years back.
On one of her man-trawling holidays, no doubt. I say, did you and Aunt Clarissa...
No, not my type.
No, you don't have that haunted look her conquests usually display.
How do you know Tristram?
I met him at the festival.
Aha!
He read me his poetry.
You don't need to tell me the rest.
Then he said I could come and stay with him. So I did.
You poor kid. You and Tristram, is it serious?
Tristram is one of a kind. In fact, when I think of him, I go, you know.
The poor woman had been duped by Tristram's lies. I couldn't let him mess up her life, and she was bound to find out sooner or later. Look, Melissa, you hardly know me, but some things are better coming from a stranger.
Ooh, is that a promise?
These poems, Tristram doesn't write them. They're all copies.
Well, duh. Obviously.
What?
I knew that.
What?
You must think I'm totally dim.
No, I just thought he'd tricked you, put you under his spell.
Oh, you're too sweet. George, are you for real?
I don't...
You've come to save me. Like a knight in armour.
Well, that wasn't my original plan, but it became an option.
Oh, I could kiss you all over.
Hey, steady. Remember the Geneva Convention.
Who needs it? I don't take prisoners.
I bet. So, when did you find out about the poems?
From day one. I wrote my thesis at Cambridge on Irish poets of the early 19th century.
You're very gifted.
Try me.
Ha! And Tristram doesn't know.
Did I know? Of course not. Why let a question of authorship get in the way of a good...
Yes, why indeed.
But all good things. With Daddy on the trail, I think I'd better split. Anyway, don't suppose you fancy a weekend in Acapulco?
Jeez, I'd love to, but my Acapulco visa ran out just yesterday.
What were you doing?
Having a little conversation with Melissa.
That's private up there. You had no right.
Just like you had no right to be seducing that poor girl with stolen poetry.
You had no right to interfere.
She had a right to know.
Oh, no. You haven't told her. Not about the poetry.
You can't base a relationship on lies.
I have to talk to her.
I wouldn't advise it. She needs a little time to herself. Then she's going to stay with friends. I took more than a little pleasure knowing that he was the one who'd been duped. Maybe I should march right outside and tell Melissa's dad about you. Tell him that you've got her upstairs. Tell him that you've broken her heart.
You wouldn't. But that poor, innocent kid. think what it would do to her.
He ought to know.
Please! Oh, God, no, you wouldn't! He'll kill me!
You're breaking my heart. On the other hand...
Yes? Yes?
You tell me what I want to know, and I forget about your house guest. Blackmail wasn't really my style. And suddenly, I wasn't so sure who was being duped anyway.
Very well.
Now will you tell me about Bruno?
Well, he was here, but he's gone. Upton went one night.
Did he leave anything behind?
He was in a hurry. He just grabbed his pathetic belongings, threw them in his bag, and off he went.
He must have left something.
Nothing worth looking at, believe me.
Letters, notes, a phone number?
No. He took everything with him. Only...
Aha! So he did leave something.
Well, yes. But what good is an old pair of pants to you?
Pants? Give them to me.
I found them in the laundry pile after he'd vamoosed.
Did you examine them?
No. What kind of a chap do you think I am?
Excellent. Come on, let me see them.
You're a sick man.
What are you waiting for? Oh, man, these aren't pants.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not. These are shorts.
What are you? Some kind of underwear detective?
Oh, heck. I'll take them anyway.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's what I said. The shorts belonged to Bruno. I didn't want to examine them too closely. It wouldn't have looked good if I'd gone upstairs, when Melissa was supposed to be heartbroken and wanting to be left alone. Hi again. What do you think of this book, Madame Zazie?
Me see those in the Cosmic Fairy. I like the coins, but me no care for the poetry.
The 3 commemorative coins had come from the poetry book.
Here, let me cross your palm with silver. Have a look at this postcard, please.
Ooh, ah, ah. I see a man.
Well, that narrows it down.
A man, Bruno, fleeing from danger. Him nearby and yet...
There was nothing she couldn't have picked up from reading the card itself.
No, the psychic imprint is too faint. Too many others have handled this card. Your own imprint is much more distinct.
Oh?
You'll be going on a long journey.
Terrific. Am I going to come back?
Perhaps, perhaps not. I need something much more personal to this Bruno if you want a better reading.
Okay, let me cross your palm with silver. Again. I'd already paid to have the card read once, and believe me, once was enough. I think Zazie had already squeezed all the dramatic possibilities out of the postcard. Want to get psychic with this?
Ooh, ah. Ah.
What is it?
Skin like bone, eye black, empty, the fierce of death. No! Take it back, Ma! Take it back!
Okay, what's happening?
I saw something without compassion, without mercy. A man without no soul.
Zazie had already read the ID card once and, judging from her reaction, wouldn't be happy about looking at it again. Okay, let me cross your palm.
Never mind that. What you got for me? Quick!
You're really getting into this, aren't you?
The doors to the other side are open.
I wouldn't get too excited. You ought to watch The Twilight Zone on reruns. Hubris gets you smacked down every time. Rod Serling said so. I'd like you to look at some boxer shorts.
Now just wait a minute. I don't want no funny stuff.
No, seriously. I want you to use that psychic hoodoo on them.
Them no belong to the same man as before.
No, not unless they were into sharing.
Good. Me don't want to experience anything like that again. Ever. Very well.
How did you know my name? Was that a psychic flash?
Lord! When you were talking to Eamon O'Mara, me was standing in my own doorway. Me overheard your name when you was introducing yourself.
Ah, cunning.
The item of apparel, please.
Getting anything?
Apart from nauseated? Cha, no, me sorry. Oh, no!
What? What can you see?
Dragon fire! No! A man and the dragon seek his death. He only has minutes to live. Oh, the flames! No! No,
Madame Zazie? Madame Zazie? She was out cold, but okay. I must admit, sometimes my shorts had the same effect on women. If she was right, Bruno would be dead soon. I had to act fast. But how? I didn't even know where he was. Luckily, I got a hint. Please, I need help.
I'm an aesthete, not a psychiatrist.
I'm serious. There's a fire. Someone's trapped, but that door's in the way.
Say no more. I may have the soul of a poet, but I've the heart of a lion. Lead on!
Excellent. Thanks, Eamon.
No trouble. Just sorry there wasn't a camera crew around to catch me being heroic.
I can take it from here.
Sure. I'll call the fire brigade. Then I'm going to sort out that bloody thieving hippie.
Hey, you, wait! Evil monks. I hate those guys. I didn't have time to go after them, though. If Zazie was right, Bruno was about to get a pre-mortem cremation.
Somewhere in the smoke, I could hear coughing. Hey! Is there anybody in here? Call out!
Over here! Help me! Help me, please!
I'm on my way. There was some poor guy, Bruno, I guess, tied up and left to die in the burning building. Are you okay? Can you walk?
I think so.
Good. Come on. This place is about to collapse. I'd have given him a hope of survival, but if I didn't do something soon, we'd both die in here. There was no time to chat. We had to get out of there. Come on, we're out of here. Get down! Ah!
Is this down enough for you?